like a bunch of crazy dogs.
Sometimes the fire, sometimes the fire, sometimes the fire.
Hey, shoot him, man. Hope I never get back in there. I was kicked off.
Sometimes the fire, sometimes the fire.
It's your guy.
What you gotta say to the camera?
Yes, sir. TP-Way the Giants.
Going as all you want to. We built for this shit. We don't fold, motherfucker. We don't fucking fold.
Son, I gotta do better than this.
Sometimes the fire, sometimes the fire.
Yeah. Mic check 1 2 1 2. It's your guy who is never lying. Sometimes defiant, TP-Way the Giant. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Good evening. How y'all feeling? Y'all come on, man. Check in this chat. Talk to me. I need this engagement, man. I want to talk to y'all, man. This is going to be a true opinionated stream tonight, man. I want to get the feel on what's this, what we feeling like, man. Shout out to my guy Clinton. Giant salute to Clinton for tuning in. Thank you, bro. Born for Sports. The man, the myth, the legend. Jorge from Born for Sports, man, says, yo, what's up, bro? What's going on, my lieutenant, man? What's going on? How you doing, bro? Tudo. TP-Way, how we doing, mate? The weather around the corner, mate. Yeah, man. The weather here in Michigan has been snowing. All I know is cold. All I know is snow. All I know is ice. All I know is slippery surfaces and all of that shit. Pause if the pause is needed. But yeah, that's what I'm dealing with here in Michigan. Shout out to Mac, the Giants fan. Yeah. He says, what up, bro, man? Giants salute to Mac, the Giants fan, man. Make sure that you tuned in to everything that gentleman has going on for sure. Listen, man. I know that this week there's been a few things and a few little, stories, narratives, typical Giant shit that has been going on. And I know this fan base has been, real opinionated about a lot of things. And I want to talk about a few of those things, man. I want to get to it. I want to have this conversation with y'all because I want to understand different perspectives. The first thing is this, man. It is a damn shame that Tom Coughlin didn't get past the next stage and around on being the first ballot Hall of Famer. Especially for Giants fans, especially for us at this moment of time. We know how special and important Tom Coughlin is, not only to this organization, but when it comes to just coaching, period. We know how elite this guy is, man. There's certain players when it comes to the history of who we are that we tolerate zero disrespect from. You know what I mean? Eli is one of those guys that as Giants fans, we do not tolerate any Eli Manning slander. You know what I mean? Tom Coughlin. We don't tolerate any Tom Coughlin slander. You know what I mean? So I think it's a damn shame, man, that Tom Coughlin didn't get in, but he will get in. That is a fact. He will get in. It isn't the first ballot type of thing, but we know for sure he is a Hall of Famer, man. Shout out to the Man Cave who says, yo, what's good, bro? Smash that like button, subscribe, and share. Let's get it. Yes, man. Yes. Make sure that you like. Make sure that you comment. Make sure that you are subscribed. If you are viewing this from the Big Blue Network channel, please make sure that you come on over to TP-Way the Giants YouTube channel where you have more of my content on this way. Make sure that you go and subscribe, man. Make sure you subscribe. Now, if you are on the TP-Way the Giants side, make sure that you go over to the Big Blue Crew Network and make sure that you subscribe there, okay? Make sure that you subscribe. I definitely need y'all to run it up as far as the subscriptions is going. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. 1,000 subscribers, and I lost a couple subscribers this week, man. So we need to make up for it, which I'm not tripping over that. I'm really not. I know I mentioned the 1,000 subscriber thing, but look, let's make it clear. Let's make it clear. I am a heavy opinionated gentleman, and some guys can't take that. Some guys can't weather the storm. And I know that a lot of people, if they disagree with you, they not rocking with you. You know what I mean? This is not the place for that, man. It is not the place for that. I'm not one of those guys who's just gonna say the things that I believe that the people want to hear. I'm gonna give you, what I believe. I'm gonna give you the real from my perspective. You know what I mean? And I actually rock with the people who don't necessarily agree with me, but we're gonna chop it up. We're gonna talk it out. You know what I mean? I don't like a bunch of yes men around me anyway. I want the different minds around me. If I'm wrong about something and you feel like there's a different perspective to it, yo, let's chop it up. Let's chop it up. That's what I'm about. You know what I mean? So that's just how it is over here at TPUA the Giant, man. Born for Sports says, preach. The league voting ridiculous for not putting coach in. He won 2 Super Bowls against Belichick and had Jaguars and Boston College right. That's a fact. That's a fact, man. That is a triple fact, man. And I know a lot of people, a lot of the younger guys, man, they look at Super Bowls as something that is just easy to get. They look at Super Bowls that is just a hop, skip, and jump away. But no, man. No, man, because Tom Coughlin is the head and he is the leader of 2 great Super Bowl teams, man. And like he said, you can't underplay the fact that we took out the Goliath and Tom Brady, especially with arguably one of the best Patriot teams that we took out, man. So that deserves Coach Tomlin's respect. And I think it's all comes full circle because we need that again. We need that again, man. I know that everybody's opinion on who should be the New York Giants head coach moving forward is just heavy in people's minds. And I want to speak to that, man. Yo, Giant fans, can we stop being like cheap prostitutes all the time? Can we stop with that? Like, I understand we have to keep our mind open and we have to see what is out there and we have to search and find who is going to be the guy. We can't afford to just say, hey, this guy's available. He has a big name. All right, boom. Let's bring him in. No, we need a guy who is qualified. We need somebody who's going to get the job done, man. But with that being said, yo, let's stop searching and just trying to find anybody to just be on this Giants team, coaches and players included. Like, I know the conversation now is Jameis Winston. Y'all want Jameis Winston to be the bridge quarterback and things of that nature. I'm not saying it's absolutely terrible, but my issue is this. I have seen y'all go to bat for so many different quarterbacks. And now it's gotten to the point to where I just feel like, yo, y'all just picking anything that walks. Like y'all have lost out on all standards at this point. Y'all just looking at any quarterback. Don't forget that this is the same fan base that at one point in time was looking at Dak Prescott and was like, oh man, we should keep our eye on Dak, man. He'll be a good quarterback for next year and da-da-da. Like, y'all have gone stooped so low that y'all have resorted to some horrible options. I know y'all have said Dak Prescott. I know that y'all have mentioned Aaron Rodgers. I know y'all have mentioned Bryce Young. Y'all have mentioned, all a bunch of guys, man. Y'all have mentioned so many different quarterbacks. But instead of trying to be the fan base or the fan that is the quarterback guru or the football whisperer or the just magician when it comes to scouting talent, how about we not overthink this thing, man? Let's not overthink this thing. If we are in a position to get It's heavy wind outside, man. My lights keep going on and off. If the stream cuts off, it's bad weather, man. If the stream cuts off, it's bad weather. So it's real windy and, like I said, snowing outside. So we gonna keep going. But yeah, like I said, man, let's not get to the point to where we are just looking at any and everything walking and moving, man. For real. Let's be real with ourselves. The easy answer is in front of us, man. Let's not complicate it. Shedeur or Cam Ward, in the position that we are in right now, we shouldn't pass up any one of these individuals, man. We shouldn't pass up either one of them. And I know a lot of people, are looking at other guys and they're looking at other quarterbacks and they're looking at, even free agents and veterans who we could pay and things of that nature, which is cool. It deserves the conversation. But again, man, let's not overcomplicate it. Let's shoot for Shedeur. Let's shoot for Cam Ward, man. Simple as that. Simple as that. I don't know what it is that people don't like about these two gentlemen, but especially Shedeur. Especially Shedeur. It's like, he is going to be a problem, man. He is going to be a problem. He is somebody whose arm talent is NFL ready. He's a smart individual. And I'm not just talking smart business-wise or off the field, that is the case, but he is also a smart baller, man. He's smart. He plays smart ball. He is somebody who is the dog and could be a leader, man. Somebody who is a dog that we should look for in a quarterback. I don't know who pays attention to Colorado football, but how many times have you seen him get his chin damn near knocked off and he gets right back up and he makes an amazing throw the very next play? He is someone you can never count out. You can never count out. Even his bad games, you're in a position to see some magical work, man. So like, I could go on and on, man, but I just think that when it comes to this quarterback situation, man, let's not overthink this thing. It's easy work right here if we're in a position to do it. Clinton Jones says Dallas Cowboys QB is overpaid. My man Tim Frith says, what's new? And Mac the Giants fan says this team got to start from the bottom up. A whole new foundation needs to be laid. That is a fact. I'm with you on that. I am with you on that. This team definitely needs a whole new foundation, and we need a whole new aura in this building. We need to get everything right now that is stinking inside this locker room. We need to get it out, man. I don't want anybody to be bamboozled and to think that, listen, we are just a centimeter or an inch away from being the team that we need to be. No, man, there's some changes that needs to happen. And it is starting from the top, from the bottom to the bottom, man. We got to change the trajectory that we are on. And I know I put out a video and I received some, I received some criticism, but I know I put out a video of saying that, Coach Dable needs to go. Joe Schoen needs to go. And I know there's been some pushback. I know there's some people out there that thinks that Coach Dable, we want to see more of Coach Dable. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I don't understand that logic. I don't necessarily understand what y'all have seen in these 3 years for y'all to say that y'all want to see it through with him. I'm just not interested, man. I really am. I'm not interested. I think a big part of what you see, the product that is on the field, is players buying into the leadership of their team. And I know I keep bringing up Dan Campbell, but I just think that he's a prime example on a lot of this, man. I think he is. Dan Campbell, I think he has a group over there that just believes in him, that's ready to ride with him. And I think at one point Coach Dable had that in 2022. But no more, man. He has lost that locker room, and when you've lost it the way that Coach Dable has, it is. I'm not going to say that it is completely impossible, but it's damn near impossible. It is damn near impossible. Sup, cuz, says Danny Cowboys Nation in the house. What's going on? What's going on? Mac the Giants fan says, I've seen all I need to see from Dable. He got to go. Yes, man. Yes. Again, we need somebody who is going to come in here who is going to be hungry. I need a hungry coach. I need somebody who is on a mission, who wants to prove others, himself or whatever, who wants to prove them wrong or something, who wants to be a legend in this thing. I need somebody who's hungry. That's what's going to fix this New York Giant football team, man. I don't need nobody to come in here who's a retired legend who just wants to just put his face up on the screen, wants to just be busy, wants to collect a check or whatever that is. We do not need that, man. We do not need that. We need somebody who is hungry and on a mission. Point blank, period. So that's how I feel on that, man. Look, I get it. There's going to be a lot of opinions. There's going to be a lot of different ways on this things or how to figure this out. But the two things that I would say, man, is just let's not overcomplicate things, and let's be realistic, man. Let's be realistic. Kayvon Thibodeau has spoke to the world, and I know he's receiving a lot of criticism on the things that he said. To make a long story short, he has mentioned the criticism that Malik Nabers is getting, and how the truth of the matter is if you are a player that doesn't make plays, no one wants to hear you speak in that locker room. No one cares about what you got to say. But if you are somebody who makes plays, you have more of a voice in the locker room. And that's me paraphrasing, but that's pretty much what I got from what Thibodeau was saying. And I could tell by the reactions of a lot of people who've heard that, I could tell who has never been in a locker room before. Because whether you agree or disagree, the truth of the matter is he's not lying. He's not lying. If you are not out there making plays, and if you are not someone who is out there that is a vocal point for your roster, for your team, sit your ass in the corner and focus on your job. Don't be the guy that is trying to rah-rah everybody and talk everybody's ears off and say all of this shit that nobody really already is not trying to hear. You're not the guy to do that. Nobody wants to hear from the guy that just sounds good all the time. They respect the guy that they see is putting in the work. They respect the guy that they know is out there following his words with actions. Hint, hint, Ray Lewis. Do y'all think that Ray Lewis would be impactful or be the guy that he is if he was to go out there and be anything less? If he was out there missing tackles from left and right, out there not knowing his assignment, out there looking like what's his name? Y'all think that would work? But when it comes to this Giants team, there's only but so much. There's only the problem is there's only but for so many players that could really speak, man. Like Dexter Lawrence, for example. He could speak. Matter of fact, when he speaks, everybody needs to shut up. It needs to be silent in our locker room. But when you have somebody like Malik Nabers, is it really going to be felt in that locker room? Is it really going to be felt? I just don't know if Malik Nabers has earn that right, man? I don't know that just yet. Because is he the doer? Is he put his stamp in the league and in front of this team that says, yo, I should be able to speak up. I should be able to say this and it be respected. D. Carter says Malik needs some help out there. Oh, no, Malik needs to help himself, man. Malik needs to help himself. Shout out to my guy, Doug. Doug says, Giants, sorry as hell, my boy. Look, I can't argue that. I can't argue that. Give him time. I mean, that's not the point. The point is, like, while we give him time, should he be the one speaking right now? Because I'll give you my 25 cents of opinion. I don't want to hear from Malik, man. To be honest with you, I don't want to hear from him. Stop dropping the ball, bro. Stop dropping the ball. Run your routes at full speed, man, at maximum effort. Be the guy, control the things that you can control. And then we could have these conversations on who needs to say what. Again, I put out a video that says, look, the message may not be wrong, but I just don't respect the messenger. Same thing with Coach Dable. That's why this locker room is so lost. It's because, like, yo, Coach Dable, how much can you really say? You ain't out there putting your best foot forward. You ain't putting this team in a position to win these games. These people don't believe you when you speak. So they're not really trying to hear you. They're really not trying to hear you. So to Thibodeau's point, I mean, it's a fact. But again, there ain't many people in this locker room that could say shit. There really ain't. Off bat, I give you Dexter Lawrence. And outside of that, it's slim pickings, man. It's slim pickings. And that's sad because when you get to that point, that's how you get to be a 2-9 team, man. That's how you have 2 wins of the season. We have no leadership. That is shot. Nobody wants to hear from anybody right now. Imagine being in a locker room to where you can't even hold the next man accountable. Why? Because you're not even doing your job. You're not even doing your job. Imagine Deonte Banks going to a Cordell Flott, going to a Dane Belton or whoever, and saying, yo, man, I need you to lock in, man. Come on, man. I need you to make sure that you know your head is on the ball in the air, man. Come on, man. You should know your assignments. Imagine him saying that to somebody. They're going to look at Deonte like, motherfucker, I know you ain't. Man, get up out my... That's just how it is. That's just how it is. Shout out to my bro Doug, man. I played ball with my man Doug, who's in the chat. I played ball with Doug. And I'm not saying this because Doug is in the chat. Let me say this, man. Doug was nice. Doug was nice. Nice. And Doug know. In that locker room, there's certain motherfuckers that gotta be quiet in that locker room, man. There's certain dudes that we don't want to hear talk. There's certain dudes that we don't want to hear talk at all. Be quiet. When you get on the bus, man, get your mind right. Don't get up here trying to give us a pregame speech. Don't get on here trying to get your opinion after a loss. None of that. None of that. It's just the truth, man. And that's not just in football, man, but that's in life, man. But that's in all the sports. That's in all the sports. And so we just need somebody that is going to help change that, man. We need somebody that's going to, put more leaders on this roster, man, and that is going to change the whole spectrum of where this roster is. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. Shout out to my guy, Daryl. He says, what up, TP? Giant salute. Giant salute, man. Doug says, yeah, man, those was the days, my boy. Appreciate it. You was good, too. They definitely had to shut the fuck up. Yeah, for sure. For sure, man. Hey, there's only but so much you can say. My man D Carter, y'all coach Prime, bro. Yeah, this is an example, man. I know a lot of people who's mentioning Coach Prime, who wants Coach Prime to get his shot. And I ask y'all, man, listen, if you can't just say Coach Prime and not know the tendencies and how Coach Prime, coaches these games. I'm someone who watched Coach Prime from Jackson State to Colorado. And I'll give him credit. He is good at the things that Coach Dable is not really picking up on. Coach Prime is good at creating an atmosphere to where everybody, believes. He's good at the team bonding situations. He's good at requiring discipline from his players. But speaking of that, that's also why he mentioned, like, oh, I'm not interested in coaching in the NFL because he doesn't believe that he can get that same type of discipline from players in the NFL that he can in college. But we know Coach Prime to be someone who changes his mind, if the opportunity presents itself. So I'll give Coach Prime that. He is good at that, man. But when it comes to Coach Prime, the actual Coach Prime, as far as the X's and O's on the field, the decision making on the field, I have not been that big a fan of. I've not. Now, granted, he can't be the guy to put the coaches around him, to put successful coaches around him to gloss over those things. But I just don't know how much that can translate into the league, and I'm just not sold in that. So I think that's another example on people just, just shooting out ideas, man, just going with narratives to I just don't think that is conducive to what we need and what is going to fit this New York Giants situation. Clinton Jones says he's more of a collegiate coach. Yeah, man, for sure. For sure. Yes, Danny, we know you don't have to type it 100 times. Yeah, I'm glad you told him. Yeah, man. We ain't talking cowboy shit over here, man. We got stuff that we need to focus on. But yeah. So I think ultimately that's where we at. D Carter says, who's your ideal coach? Great question. And right now, man, I am with Coach Vrabel. I think he's kind of like checked a lot of those boxes that I named. Shout out to NYG22 from the Big Blue Crew. He was the first person that I heard mention his name. And when I heard it, it was like a light bulb went off. Because I think that he is somebody that can, require discipline from these guys, but not lose them. I think he is somebody who is a defensive mind at that, which I think that we need. I think that it is the basis of who this New York Giants roster can be. I think that we also need a coach now that has some type of head coach experience. I'm done with the position coaches. I'm done with the special team coaches. I'm done with the quarterback coaches. I'm done with the offensive coordinators. I would like to get some head coach experience in here now. And Coach Vrabel, I think he has that. He is somebody I think who's fiery. I think he is somebody that the players and ultimately they're gonna respect. And I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. When do you think the Giants will be a strong team again? What year? Yo, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I can't answer that question without biasness. I'm just gonna tell you next year because it's hard for me to believe that it's hard for me not to believe, but it's hard for me to be okay with the fact or understand the fact that we're gonna have another year of struggling. I can't put that in my head, man. So I'm gonna say next year we gonna put some type of foots on next. That's it. G242 says, to be honest, I don't want Vrabel. I feel like our head coach is right in Las Vegas leading the Raiders now. Listen, man, I've said this plenty of times. You know, I'm not confident, and I can't sit here and tell you that I know exactly who the guy should be. I just know I just know the traits that I feel like this guy should have. I know a lot of people are out there, they're confident, they're telling you, hey, you know, this guy is him. I'm telling you, this guy is going to be him. I'm not there, man. I'm not there. I can't tell you that there's a guy out there that I wholeheartedly believe and know that he's going to get the job done. I'll be lying to you if I said that. Again, I just hope that they have the traits that I mentioned, man. My guy James says we need an experienced NFL head coach. Yeah, bro. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Doug says my guess is 2030. 2030. Yo, we deserve the shots, man. We deserve the shots. I can't even at this point. I don't even have the firepower for those. But yeah. We have the New Orleans Saints, guys. We have the New Orleans Saints coming up. I know that it's a sucky time because, you know, we're looking at it from a standpoint that we don't know what to look for, man. We are the first team in the NFC East to be completely checked out of playoff contention. Embarrassing, to say the least. But it's the reality of the situation. We have Dexter Lawrence, who I think is possibly going to be on IR. We have Theo Johnson, who is hurt. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the bottom. Welcome to the bottom. Whether you like it or not, this is the tank. This is the tank. I will say this when it comes to the Saints. Out of every game that we have left, out of every game that we have left, this is the most high probable chance we have of winning. Now, I want to make it clear, I do not think that we're going to win this game. I do not think that we're going to win any game for the rest of the season. I want to make that clear. But when it comes to the strength of schedule that we have remaining, I think that the Saints is the most beatable team that we have going forward. But again, I just don't see them win. If you have Alvin Kamara on your fantasy team, go ahead and start the man. Go ahead and start the man because Dexter Lawrence will not be playing. And we've already struggled with stopping the run while he's in the game. And with him out, I'm predicting 200 yards on the ground for the Saints. I think it's going to be ugly, man. I think it's going to be ugly. Dope Dez 1967 says, variable defense was terrible. We have his old defensive coordinator. Don't let the tough guy persona fool you. And you may know something more than I do, man. Again, when I mention Coach Vrabel, it is from the outside looking in. I can't really argue that too much, man. I can't really argue that. Again, I can't go ahead and put my claim on any head coach. I just can't do that right now. I gotta continue to do my research and due diligence when it comes to that. Right now, I'm so scorned that it's going to take a little bit more for me to stand behind somebody, man, to be confident in anybody, to be real with you. James says, whoever we get as a head coach, we're going to need him to have the respect of the players. He's going to have experience. He needs to be strong enough to tell the executive office to back off and let him coach. We need that energy. Yeah, man, that's a fact, man. That's a fact. I kind of spoke to that before, man. I 100% agree. The tricky thing is, are we going to be able to have that? I think that John Mara has kind of stepped off the pedal a little bit. This is me assuming, and that he's kind of gave the keys to Joe Shane and Dable, and he's looking at where they driven us. And I don't know if that's going to be a change next year. If he's going to be like, "Oh no, absolutely not. I can't trust y'all anymore. Y'all have failed us." Only in the off season, only time will tell. But that's a great point, man. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I mean, again, we just need somebody that's going to earn the trust of this front office. That's going to earn the trust of this fan base and these players, man. And whoever we bring in, man, they got a lot on their shoulders, man. They got a lot on their shoulders. But again, that's why I say we need somebody that is a man on a mission, man. We need somebody who's going to go in here and who's ready to put in the work, man. Who's ready to put in the work. This season we had a dark cloud over us. It started with losing Saquon. For real, Saquon was the heart of that team. G242 says, I don't want Belichick, and I don't want anyone he endorses. Yeah, man. Yeah, I know a lot of people is heavy because I think they more heavy on Belichick because it sounds good. Know that. Again, I think there's other factors to it. You look at somebody like Belichick, I question anybody to go look at the seasons on what he looked like without Tom Brady. I'm not trying to take away from the man, but hey, we got to factor in all of these things, man. We got to factor in all of these things. And I don't know, can he relate to these players? Can he be the guy that's gonna, get the respect from not necessarily just the respect, but can he be the guy that can necessarily come into this locker room and get them to feel him, man? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's easy for anybody to go out there and just say, yo, Belichick is the guy. But I'm looking at the full picture, man. Again, I'm scoring, man. We've been through our fair share of coaches. And so I'm looking at the big picture, man. I'm looking at the big picture. Clinton Jones says that's a good question. Facts, he ain't do nothing. He ain't nothing without Brady. Come on, man. Let's look at the facts here. G242 says Judge and Dable were endorsed by Belichick. Look at us now. That's a fact. Hey, these is all facts, man. These is all facts. And to be honest with you, there's not a lot of coaches that has succeeded that branched away from Belichick's regime and worked under Belichick. So I will say this. I know one thing is for sure. This is simple math right here. They don't need no digging and finding to understand this. I know when Brady left the Patriots, he went over there and shook shit up with the Buccaneers. I know that. That's what I do know. So, I mean, hey, take with that information as you may. But yeah, man, as far as the Saints is concerned, listen, man. I've said this before, but I think this is just assessment time. I think this is a time from the remainder of the season. This is tryout time. This is damn near like preseason for everybody on this roster. Everybody is fighting for worth. Everybody is fighting for positions. And it's time to start looking and time to start cutting out the fat. Time to start cutting out the fat. Who's gonna state a case or make a case on why they need to be on this roster next year? Why should we consider having certain guys as a death piece next year? Because I'm keeping it real. I'm looking at benching a lot of these motherfuckers that's starting right now. I'm looking at benching a lot of them, ideally. So this is show and prove time. Theo Johnson has been getting in the mix more and more, but not enough to my liking, I would say. I don't like the design. I don't like all of the design play goals that I see in Theo Johnson. But I do want to see more. And every week that I do see him, I do ask myself this. Where was he in the beginning of the season? Please, somebody tell me. Where was he in the beginning of the season? Because so far, he looks good. He looks good. But I'm trying to figure out why touches won't go in his way in the beginning of the season. Jalen Hyatt is another one. I want to see more of him. We've been asking for Jalen Hyatt all year, man. All year, from the first game to now. We've been asking, where is Jalen Hyatt? And I'm not going to feel comfortable with releasing Jalen Hyatt, getting rid of Jalen Hyatt, or downplaying Jalen Hyatt in the future with not knowing for sure if he is the guy or not. I'm just not going to feel comfortable with that. I want to see more of this 1-2 punch with Tyrone Tracy and Devin Singletary. This offensive line at some point, man. I want to see this being shaken up. I don't know what more y'all need to see from Evan Neal. I've said this before. I'm done with Evan Neal. I'm done with that experiment. I know a lot of y'all's like, yo, move him to guard. Okay, look, I think that's the only hope for him now, man, if y'all want to see him at guard. But as far as tackle is concerned, I am done, man. I am done with that. I don't know, man. Maybe you need to shift some guys around up front. Let's see what that looks like. You know, the uncertainties, man. The uncertainties when it comes to this roster. You know, we have super young players on this team. Let's figure something out. Let's figure something out. So I think we about to take a trip to New Orleans, man. But I think it's about to be ugly. I think it's about to be ugly. I think Taysom Hill's going to have his. Anybody that is capable of running the rock, I think they're going to have their day. They're going to have their day. I am petrified. I am petrified on seeing what this defense is going to look like without Dexter Lawrence all game. Excuse me. I think it's going to be rough. And y'all let me know in the chat, man. I'm thinking about doing a live play-by-play stream too as well. Y'all let me know, man. Would y'all want that or just a post-game stream? But y'all let me know. I'm thinking about doing that because I just want to have these. I want to have this reaction live, man. I'm thinking about seeing this with y'all. So, man, listen, my expectations has never been lower. Who do we draft, bro? Who do we draft first? Yeah, man. I mean, look, as the offseason approaches, man, we're gonna be talking about, you know, this more and more. But as of right now, as of where we sit, I do think that we need to start with getting our guy at quarterback if we continue on the trajectory that we are, which I highly believe that we will. If we are a top 3 pick, we need to shoot for Shedeur or Cam Ward. My rankings top 3 wise in itself, I think you have a Shedeur. I think you have a Cam Ward, and then I'm going Travis Hunter. I don't think that Travis Hunter is going to be the guy that a lot of people is believing him to be in this league. But I do think that all in all, he's going to be a problem. It's interesting to see like if he's going to be playing both sides of the ball. It's definitely going to be in certain packages if that's the case. But I don't see it the way a lot of people see it. I really don't. But he's a problem. People don't understand, man. I mean, like I said, in the offseason, we're going to talk about this more. But when it comes to position needs, man, it's like pick your poison. We need O-line depth desperately. We need a cornerback, but I don't know if we could afford another young cornerback unless we know he is the guy. We need a CB1 desperately. We need some safety play. We need some depth in that. We need some pieces, y'all. We need some linebackers. I mean, we gonna be busy in this offseason for sure, man. We're going to be busy in this offseason for sure. So who knows? Is Joe Shane going to be the one to cook it up for us this year? I know a lot of us are scared of that. But hey, as of right now, we ain't getting no notification. I'm a little disappointed with that, but as of right now, he's the guy. So, I mean, we need a coach that delegates. Parcells, Coughlin, Deion Sanders. My fault, y'all. Like I said, man, it's windy, it's snowing out there, man. So my Wi-Fi, man, my internet is fighting. It's fighting. All right, but we back. My apologies. What I leave off? All right, Jalen Hyatt is tucked away. He was my rising star, man. Yeah, for a lot of us. Evan Neal needs to go, period. No Dexter Lawrence. I'm almost scared to watch it. Yeah, man. Yeah, I feel you. That would be dope. Yeah, man. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing a live stream, man, play-by-play situation. Y'all let me know, man. Y'all let me know if that's something I should do. At this point, just draft O-line. This draft brings Dobbs in because without Andrew Thomas out, our season can't be going so suddenly. Yeah, man. Randy says, Saints fan here. It wouldn't surprise me if you guys embarrassed us, to be honest. Yo, man. Randy, I understand where you're coming from. I understand that your team, you may not have a lot of trust factor when it comes to your team, but trust me, bro. We are the team. We are the team that you could definitely get that win from. And I hate to even, trust me, it kills me to even say this to you, bro. I wish I could say it with confidence that we're going to disappoint and we're gonna upset, the Saints this week. But nah, bro. Relax, man. Y'all gonna get that dub. Y'all gonna get that dub. We're cooked. We're cooked. And I trust me, I hate to admit it. I'm tripping with Dobbs. Cam Ward over Shador. Listen, man, I'm not super mad at it. Me personally, I like Shador. I think they, of course, they bring different elements to the game. But I just think Shador, man, he's special, man. I think he's gonna be special. And just what he could do, just arm talent wise, man, I'm not willing to pass that up, man. If he's on the board for us. Dope Dez says CBS says we get Hunter because Jaguars want to move back. Yeah, man, but again, That's if Shador and Cam Ward is out the picture. I'm not willing to get Travis Hunter over them two. And CBS, I mean, that don't mean shit, respectfully. I think we go right to QB and then directly to the O-line. Yep. What about Hunter and we get Jameis Winston? Yeah, man, I know that's been the talk of the week, man. I know everybody's been high on Jameis Winston. Again, I think if we don't get Shador or Cam Ward, then I think that's a route that you should pay more attention to. But again, let's keep it simple, man. The talent is there, man. The talent is there. I am for sure going with those two quarterbacks before Travis. We have so much holes, might as well draft just one side of the board and shit. Yeah, man. We got a lot of work ahead of us, man, for sure. And I know a lot of this fan base may be thinking that it's not going to require as much than we actually need, man. But yeah, man, we need a lot, man. We need some depth. We need to do some work in free agency as well. But let's see, man. Let's see. Do you think that Brian Dable is the Hyatt problem, Saquon problem? Well, yeah, I think Brian Dable is the Hyatt problem. I do think that. What I've seen from Coach Dable this year is that Coach Dable hasn't seemed to be able to put a product on the field that best suits what he has in front of him. I think that he may be one-track minded and may know what is good for a certain system. But I don't think he's the head coach that could get guys in or that has got guys and could say, you know what worked for Josh Allen or whoever it is may not work for such and such. And I just think that we're starting to see that. I don't think that he puts a system out there that is best, putting these players in their best position to shine. And I think that Hyatt is one of them. I think that Hyatt is really one of them. The speed is there, man. And one thing that you can't coach is speed. Speed is forever going to be a problem in the NFL. So that is my issue with Coach Dable, man. That's one of my issues with him, is that he has not shown me that he could adapt and adjust. When these coaches is out here playing chess, I just haven't seen him go checkmate just yet. I haven't seen him utilize the weapons that we do have to the best of our ability. Now, as far as Saquon goes, man, I think people need to understand, man, when it comes to this New York Giant roster, if you do not get the guy that I have named as the tangibles, the head coach that is going to come in here and shake this shit completely up, if you do not get the GM that is going to, bring in the guys that is going to match this head coach's ideal and going to paint this picture the way the coach that we need to bring in needs it to be painted. If that relationship between head coach and GM is not on point, if we are not bringing in the right guys, trust me, man, we are going to continue to have this problem. We're going to continue to have this problem. Saquon Barkley is succeeding and doing well because he is already on a team that has built a foundation. He is already on a team that isn't struggling to get first downs. He's on a team where their offense has that offensive line that complements him. And that's just not him. That is what a lot of guys that have left this New York Giant roster and with somebody else. That is also with all of the running backs that have shook shit up and left their primary teams and went somewhere else. Do y'all see what's going on with Derrick Henry with the Ravens? Y'all see what's going on with Josh Jacobs out there putting his footprint with the Packers and things of that nature. So we're going to continue to have these guys. We're going to continue to have these issues. The guys that you see now that you're looking at and you like, man, He could be a problem. If we do not take care of the foundational pieces, he is going to be a problem somewhere else. He's going to be more of a problem somewhere else. I mean, so that is that, man. How do you fix this mess? How we fix it is that we got to get the guys, man, that could get the job done. We got to get the guys that could get the job done. And that starts up top. And that's why I believe we need to get rid of Coach Dable and Joe Schoen. As much as I hate to start all over, I hate that. Trust me, I'm not a fan of that. I understand the negatives that come with that, but it's just the reality of the situation, man. It's the reality of it. So, yeah, man. Yeah, that's pretty much that, man. It's just horrible, man. It's horrible for Giant fans all around because this is just the reality of it, man. This is the reality of it. We get to watch other teams, really go in the mud now. Like, this is the point of the season where you get to really see some heavy hitters be heavy hitters. You get to really see them battle it out. This is the point of the season where, you get excited. But when you are a New York Giants fan, it's damn near depressing, man. Think about it. Look at what's going on right now, man. We are talking about the draft already. We're talking about the draft. We're talking about who should be the head coach of next season, man. This is the sad reality of where we are at. I'm not trying to be here next year, man. That's all I know. All of this building up, all of this offseason crap that we bought into and believing that we could, do or be something different than a 2-win game season. This is the reality. So, sucks. It sucks. But this is the only thing I'm going to tell y'all that I appreciate about this, though. What I appreciate about this is that we are in the mud. Shout out to each and every person that is subscribed to this channel. Giant salute to y'all. We are in the mud together. I kind of like that. I like the fact that we are sitting here at the bottom right now, looking at each other like, yo, man, this shit is pathetic. But we're going to get out this shit, man. We're going to get out this shit. Because trust me, the time is going to come. I understand we the laughing stock now. But when them tables turn, boy, them same people that we looking at right now at the bottom, it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful when we get to that point when we turn shit around. We just gotta wait our turn, man. That's the unfortunate truth about it, man. Trust me, I hate it. I understand the discomfort. I understand the emotion. I understand being upset. I understand it all. Trust me. But it's the reality. And now we have to keep looking forward, man. We have to look forward. Giant salute to each and every person that has tuned in to this live stream, man. Please make sure on your way out that you subscribe. Subscribe to TPUA the Giant YouTube channel right now. Subscribe. All right. You don't want to miss out. Make sure you also like and comment. Keep that algorithm going. Fee, fi, fo, fum. Fee, fi, fo, fum, man. Keep your heads up. All right. We in this shit together, man. I think I'm gonna go ahead, man, and do that live stream. And I think we we'll watch this disaster together, man. We'll watch this disaster together. On that note, I want to thank y'all for rocking with me, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. I will be putting videos up. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I think I'll be having another video up, so stay tuned for that. But until then, man, we'll see what game time is, man. We'll see what happened on game time. Peace.
A rock don't move from a pebble. We don't cruise with the devil. We don't lose, we don't settle. Hard as heavy metal, but as smooth as the treble that take you to that level that we ball on. We stand tall on, but never fall on. You can call on, get up off the floor, strengthen up your core. The mind is never poor. We shine like the sun of prime. Call it Shador.